Hi, this is Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning in to My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. Today we're in the land of 10,000 lakes at the Treasure Island Resort in Red Wing, Minnesota. We're attending the Pontiac-Oakland Club International's 29th convention and celebrating the 75th anniversary of Pontiac. There's everything here, from the Oaklands of the early teens to the Pontiac muscle of the 60s and 70s. There's also some of the Pontiac movers and shakers, past and present, in attendance. To give us the inside scoop on all that's going on is Dave Bennett, co-chairman of this great event.
How you doing, Dennis?
Oh man, I'm having a good time. I'm a little warm though, Dave.
Well, you know, our snow just melted last week.
And boom, it's summer.
We got it.
Well, you got a great show going on.
Well, we've got upwards of 600 cars here, all the way from the old Oaklands to the brand new stuff.
And you know, that's got to be one of the bigger POCI conventions ever, isn't it?
This is the biggest ever.
Man, and they're coming from where? From all over?
All over the United States. People are bringing cars in from Canada. We've got guests from as far away as Australia and England.
So there's Pontiac nuts all over the world, huh?
Certified Pontiac nuts.
You know, I respect that. I do. Well, it is a great setting too. How did you manage to get the convention?
Well, we've been in the planning phases for 3 years, and 2 years ago we were awarded the bid, and we're just really excited about it.
Oh, that's wonderful. And the turnout is a sort of a testament to how people like the
venue.
The
turnout is a record too.
That's great. Now, like I say, there's some longtime Pontiac celebs here.
Right. We got Arnie the Farmer Bestwick, and we're just really happy to have him here.
What a legend.
Oh yeah, what a legend is right. We got Linda Vaughn here, her shifter fame, signing autographs, lots of others.
But everybody seems to be having a real good time here. It seems like a real family type.
It's a family event, and it's a wonderful setting to have it, and we're excited.
Well, I'm a real sucker for the late 50s and early 60s. You got any special ones that I would look at?
I got to show you a 59 Bonneville Convertible over here that's a real knockout, Dennis.
Lead on.
Okay.
The Pontiac-Oakland Club International 29th Convention had an excellent array of Pontiac and Oakland automobiles on tap for us to gaze at. One of my favorites was this gorgeous 59 Bonneville Convertible.
Well now, Todd, this is a land yacht, a 59 Bonneville Convertible. Oh, what a cruiser.
It's big, yep.
And it's beautiful. What a wild color. I've never seen it. What is this?
This is called Royal Amethyst. It's a factory color by Pontiac in 1959.
Well, this is it's a beautiful body style. I love this dual kind of almost inverted fin.
Yep, it was unique to Pontiac.
And this color, was it a Pontiac only color?
No, it was also shared with Oldsmobile as far as I know, but I'm pretty sure it was just Oldsmobile was the other division that had it, and Oldsmobile called theirs Burgundy Mist.
Burgundy, and this was, again, what was it?
Royal Amethyst.
Royal Amethyst. Oh, and it is indeed a divine 59.
It's a divine 59, yes.
Well, you know, what possessed you to go after a 59?
Well, 59 styling is what I liked. I considered it kind of classic Americana. It was kind of the peak of Americana, where they had the fins and all the gadgets and the deluxe and big, you know.
Well, and speaking of deluxe, that's leather, right?
That's
tricolor leather?
Tricolor leather that was designed specifically for this color.
Because it wouldn't go with anything
exactly.
else. A tissue dispenser, grab bar.
Yes.
Does it cruise just like?
Floats on air, yep.
Now, I got to believe it's a 389 power in this monster?
Yep, the 389 was, the first year 389 was introduced in 59, and it has the 389.
Open her up.
Okay.
Ooh, big air cleaner.
Yep, has the tri-power.
Oh, there's tri-power.
The tri-power's in there,
oh,
yes.
Yeah.
You see the big air cleaner, that's tri-power.
It floats and flies.
Floats and flies, yep.
So, did you restore it, or?
No, I bought it already restored. I was looking for something that I didn't have to do myself, and this was
fun.
One of the colors I wanted, and so yeah, I found it restored already.
That is great. We might, you know, if you do drive it, maybe we'll go cruising around. I think I'd look really good in
Oh,
this
you'd
stuff.
look great in this, yes.
There was a little cloudburst that wet us down, but this did not discourage these tried and true car lovers. Just check out this vintage 1927 Pontiac Landale sedan. Or how about this pristine 1929 bright yellow Oakland Sport Roadster? There was also plenty of Pontiac muscle at this event, like the 67 GTO.
Gary, this is a beautiful car. 67 GTO Convertible, a personal favorite. I had one in high school.
Yes.
Now, have you had this one long?
I've had it about 20 years.
What's that all? 20
yeah,
years?
20 years. I've restored it a couple of times.
Really?
I originally painted it white with a black convertible top, and but later decided it needed to be back its original colors.
Oh, it's beautiful. This isn't a very common color. What is it?
Gulf turquoise.
Gulf turquoise. And then a turquoise interior.
Yes, the darker turquoise was a marina turquoise.
I've actually never seen this combo. It's just beautiful. Yes. Now you had was pretty much the standard gauge package, right?
Yes, that's it. You got all the gauges and the tachometer in the dash and the vacuum gauge on the console.
Right.
And, factory wood steering wheel was an option. And
4-speed shifter.
Right.
And those were Hurst shifters, factory
Exactly,
Hurst,
they
right?
sure were.
You got the red line tires, you got the PMT wheels, you got it right.
Right.
You really do.
It's all original.
Now, first year for the 400.
Yes, it is.
Let's open it up.
Okay.
Not a lot of difference between the 66 and 67, but this is one of them.
Right.
And I remember the valve covers and the air cleaner were chrome from the factory.
Well,
that was stock.
Exactly, and they went to the bigger heads in 67, and it was quite an improvement over the 389.
It's just beautiful. Now, you came up here from where?
Chillicothe, Missouri.
Wow. You having a good time at the...
Oh, we're having a great time. We were here for the Gto AA and had a good time for that. So I've been here eight days, I think.
Think you're just moving up here maybe with all these Pontiac nuts?
Well, no, we can't do that.
Now, do you drive this at all, or have is it pretty much...
Just very little. Get it out once in a while just to kind of let it flex its muscles once in a while.
And it's got plenty of them. That's a beautiful car. Thanks,
Well,
thanks so much, Gary.
Thanks, Dennis, for stopping by.
Oh, I couldn't pass it up.
You bet.
To tell the truth, there was a little bit of everything at this show. And to add to the excitement was the timeless Miss Hurst herself, Linda Vaughn, with her very cool customized Trans Am Hurst hauler.
Back when I was a young gearhead, it seemed like my buddies and I spent almost all our spare time and our spare money tweaking and tinkering with our cars all week long. And why did we do that? So we could drag them on the weekend, of course, and shave another 10th off an ET, or shut down an arch rival.
There's nothing like smoking the hoops on a Sunday afternoon at the local drag strip. And if you own a Ford, there's no better place to do it than at a Fun Ford Weekend. The Fun Ford Weekend series was the brainchild of Bill Alexander. Bill and his family had such a great time drag racing during the 60s, he wanted other families to enjoy the same. And that led to the birth of such events as the Texas Thunder Fun Ford Weekend in Houston, Texas, some 12 years ago.
One of the things that we offer here that the people really like is the heads-up racing, and that's what drag racing really was. I mean, the bracket cars, that's great, that gives everybody a shot at something, but the heads-up racing, that's the big thing, and I think that's a real turn-on not only to our participants but to our fans as well.
And it's just good, clean fun, isn't it?
It sure is, man. We're having a blast. We try to orient ourselves to the families. It's Fun Ford Weekend. The emphasis is on the fun. And we have things for the children and so forth.
Well, and you got entire families of racers. I've seen generations of racers here too.
Yeah, we really do. Father, son, father, daughter, brother, sister. Got the whole ball of wax as far as their Ford racing, you bet.
A family that drag races together stays together. And the perfect example of just such a family is the Ford family from just down the road in Spring, Texas.
Well, I started racing in '67. I had a little '66 GT Mustang, and I raced it in stock eliminator. And that's kind of where I've been almost all my life. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, your kids are all racers, is that right?
Oh yeah, and they know it. They know all about it, and they understand. They respect it.
Charlie's daughter, Heather, was able to complete her college education while staying competitive on the drag racing circuit.
I started, well, from my memory, I can always remember going, but it started before I was ever born. He was racing before then. And from the time that I was little, I went with him, and when I got up to 3 and 4 years old, he would just take me on his own, because that's where I always wanted to be, was at the racetrack.
So what is it, genetic or?
I don't know, I guess so, because everybody in my family is into the cars, and my sister's married to a race car driver, and it stays in the family, and everybody just loves it. We were raised in it, and I think that it's just been a way of life for us, and it's part of our everyday life.
Dad and Heather race the cars, while Charlie Jr. keeps them running fast and straight.
I've been working on these cars, well, since I was about my brother's age. My dad and my sister needed some basic time away from working on cars and more concentrate on driving, so I kind of took over the mechanic spot of the whole deal.
So did you kind of get into it when Heather started driving?
Well, I worked on them a little bit with my dad, as I was little.
Imagine it keeps you all spending a lot of time together.
Yeah, that's the one good thing about it. We pretty much, me and my dad worked together, and then we raced together too. So it's nice to have the whole family around each other all the time.
Well, keep them running and keep them running strong.
I'm gonna try to.
And close on Heather's heels is 16-year-old brother Austin, who is chomping at the bit to start his drag racing career.
So do you work on them too? You build them too?
Yeah, I work on them. My brother Charles does most of the work, but I help him out.
But you know, this is what we did when I was a kid. You know, it was this weekend enthusiast racing. I mean, do you find that to be a good time?
Yeah, I love it.
Now, a lot of guys your age are racing hot compacts.
Yeah.
I mean, you're flying down the track in, what do we have here, a 68 or
69?
69?
Yeah.
So you're kind of into the 60s muscle approach.
Yeah, at school, you hear people brag about their cars and how fast they go and everything. I just kind of keep my mouth shut. Most of the people know that, you know, I race cars like this too, so they don't really figure me into the conversation.
This weekend was special for the Ford family because it was the first time for Austin to race. What made it even more special is that Austin was pitted against his dad for one of the qualifying runs. Dad red lighted, and Austin had bragging rights for the day. Move over, Heather. There's a new kid in town. It's great to see drag racing making a comeback. And once again, the young and young at heart are building up everything from late model Mustangs to vintage 60s muscle like this classic Thunderbolt clone.
Yeah, actually, my dad, probably back when I was about 6 or 7, when drag racing was just getting started in the North Texas area. And he had a 56 Chevrolet 265 with factory 2 Fords.
Ooh.
And that was back, you know, when you could go riding with them at the drag strip. And they had a flagman, and sometimes they had guys at the end of the track that raised flags up to see who won. You know, I mean, it wasn't about speed or ET, it was just who got there first.
Who got there first? Well, if this car doesn't entice some of the guys to get into them, I don't know what will.
Yeah. Have a lot of fun with it, and that's what it's all about.
Other elements that fueled the drag racing sport are the Fox body Mustangs with their 5.0 engines, and now the new Ford mod motors.
So Kyle, you're one of these mod motor weekend warriors, right?
Yeah, exactly. I bought this car December of 2000. I raced Fun Ford in the top truck class before that and won the points race actually. And then I heard about this mod motor class and I'd wanted a Mustang, so I went out and bought one, and you know, here I am.
So I mean, you drive this during the week and you race it during the weekends?
I drive it every day to work. You know, I drive it home on the weekends to visit my parents. I drive it everywhere I go. Wow. You know, 43,000 miles in a year and a half. You know.
Wow, is it pretty quick? I mean, what all have you done to it?
So far, underdrive pulleys, shorty headers, X-pipe, catback exhaust, 410 gears, and a K&N filter, and it's 1320s at 102 so far.
Well, that's very respectable. Well, you know, that's kind of the way it used to be, though. You raced your daily driver.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's what's fun about this class, this mod motor class, is you can do that. You can drive your race car every day. You know, makes it great.
I'd have to say that Bill Alexander and his crew have done a fantastic job of creating great events with the Fun Ford Weekend Series. By combining Fords, family, and friends, they've brought a lot of people back into the sport of weekend drag racing. Keep up the good work, Bill.